Whiskey friends, far and wide, we are live. It is Tasty Tuesday. I'm Eric, your humble malt user. What is up, everybody? Happy May. Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through this year already, 2021. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. As you can see, a little bit of a different setup than the normal. That is, of course, because as I've been mentioning, I'm winding down my time here in Philadelphia. I know my stuff shipped out today, so I got a bare bones setup here at the malt studio. So bear with me on this. I apologize if the sound is a little off, or the video is a little off. Not like that hasn't been an issue, anyways. Hopefully, it won't be that way when I get to Chicago. But it's great to have everybody here tonight. 3 hours of whiskey chat coming up, as always. So you can expect that. I will set the table for what you can expect over the course of the next 3 hours in just a couple minutes. But first and foremost, let me get in and see who is here for the happy hour. I see we got a full bar, virtual bar that is, in the chat already. So let me say hi to folks. We got 7 folks in already. Tamika Ivy, Chicago, Illinois, my soon-to-be new hometown. What is up, Tamika? It's great to see you. Sipping the new stuff you got. Bullet barrel proof. Oh, okay. That's a good pour. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and there's some good store picks too. Hope you're enjoying that, Tamika. East Texas, Daniel. Hello to you, sir. Folks saying hi to each other. Ontario, Canada. Peter White. Good to have you in the house as always, Mr. White. Hope you're doing well. One issue after another, so time for a pour. Great. What you putting in the glass? What's everybody else drinking on? We already got 10 folks in here, so drop in. What are you guys sipping? Let's get this going. Had to find a clean glass, he said. Starting with the simple with the wee beastie. Simple, huh? Okay. I am sipping a sample of yours, the Brogira Balcones. Quite enjoying it. Kapil, how are you doing? Delhi, India. Great to see you, man. Hope you and yours are staying safe in this crazy climate y'all are dealing with, man. My best to you and your family and your extended friends. Hope you are doing all right with the COVID-19 outbreak y'all are dealing with, man. My best to you. Calgary area, Ben Demon Hunter, what's up? Saying hello to Daniel, Peter White, Tamika, what's up? How you doing? Kapil saying hi to Daniel. All right. We got a good crew in. Great to see, man. California in the house. Donner Pass Whiskey. What's up, Donner? Great to see you, buddy. James Morgan. What's happening? How are things over across the pond in the UK, if I'm not mistaken? Correct me if I am wrong. Good evening to you as well. We got another Canadian way over there on the west side of the continent. Jason Fisk, what up? Great to see you on a Tuesday, brother. How are you, man? Loving the Black Label Society avatar as always. That's how you know Jason is in the house. Good to see you, man. What else we got going on? He's drinking some green tea. All right, there you go. Zane, how are you doing? Or Zan, my apologies. How are you? They do have a batch 5. We're going to get into that, chatting about that in just a few minutes. It's a good one. Aaron 18 bottle kill. All right, man. I have not had that Aaron 18 yet. I have had the 12, and I have had the is it the 12 or the 10? The 10? And I've also had the 21 and the Bothy and stuff, and the Macklemore. I've not had that 18, but I've heard, and it keeps coming up. Actually, a lot of folks have been talking about that. I got to get my hands on it. All right, to Matt. Oh, yeah, the Legacy. Yeah, I guess you should, man. Why not? It's Tasty Tuesday. What else are you gonna do? I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? That's the only answer. All right, everybody's saying hi to each other, which is great. Jersey, Andrew Page, what's up? Been one of those days. That seems like that, man. Peter White was just saying that. Pouring some Knock 24. There you go. I'll take care of it. That'll bring you some equilibrium. Oh yeah, man. Benny's is gonna there's a Benny's like 5 blocks from my new house, man. There's gonna be trouble. Yep. All right. So for the folks who are just joining, yeah, you can see I am not yet in my new location. This is the remnants of, this is actually the opposite side of the room that you normally would have seen on my live streams over the past couple of months. Winding my time down here in Philly. I had all my stuff picked up today. So I will be heading to Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City, in just about 10 days, 11 days. What is the date today? The 4th? Okay, 11 days. So we're going to wind things up here. I'm going to do I'm going to open a real special bottle next week for our bottle opening on the live stream. So stay tuned for that. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is just yet because, you know, what fun would that be? Okay, I will. It's going to be Balvenie Tune. We're going to open a Balvenie Tune to pay my respects to the last 2 years I've spent here in Philadelphia. All the experiences, all the ups, downs, everything. It has been a good experience. It will actually wrap up 5 years for me here on the East Coast. And so I am heading back to the Midwest after 5 years. I'm looking forward to it. And so I'll pour out something special for Philly next week on the Tuesday live stream. But enough about next week. Let's talk about this week. Here's what I got going on here. I did an impromptu live last week and where I did have this open and I chatted a bit about it, but I felt like it would be unfair not to bring this to the attention of folks here on the Tuesday show because it is really fucking good whiskey. And I'm just overly excited to get back into it. So you might notice a few bottles didn't get packed and shipped off today. One of them is the one that we're going to crack open. Well, we're going to pour a gram of, rather. Glenallachie, cask strength, 10 years old. This is batch 5. This one in particular, 55.9%, non-chill natural color. What can you say? Glenallachie knows how to do it. Not one you can find in the States yet. In fact, I have a hard time finding anything older than batch 2 here in the States, but I did get lucky. I found it online. Overseas, I ordered it. According to the internet, 4 maturations on this bad boy. You got ex-bourbon, ex-sherry, PX, and Rioja. Or I'm sorry, that is not correct. Ex-sherry, Pedro Jimenez, so PX, Virgin Oak, and Rioja red wine. Behold, this is the heir apparent. Well, this distillery is the heir apparent to Glenallachie, considering what their decisions they've been making. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it just because it has been such a damn good pour. I wish I would have bought 2 of these. So we'll talk all about Glenallachie. Let me know in the chat. You a fan of Glenallachie? Any you like, any you don't like? Are you interested in them? Let's get a good chat going about Glenallachie. Then later I'm going to have another sample provided by a good friend of the show, Patreon supporter Andrew Page. It is going to be an Ardmore. This is a 10-year-old from Signatory's single cask bourbon barrel, ex-Isla bourbon barrel for that matter. So another great sample from Andrew Page. Excited to get into this. And then, of course, Telex and Malt Show tonight. As always, I will drop the link in the chat right around the top of the hour when we will head on over to Telex's channel. It's Lafroig night, gents and ladies, and those who maybe aren't ladies or gents, them theys. We are going to check out the brand new Lafroig 10 years old sherry oak finish. I did chat about this, I think 1 or 2 Tuesdays ago, but Telex hasn't had it yet, so he's gonna tonight. So hour number 1, the brand new Lafroig. Hour number 2, we're going a little old school with a bit more of a rare Lafroig. Carchis 2015. That was the year of their 200th anniversary. Really, really great Carchis release that year. Green Tube, if anybody has, or Green Labels, if anybody has this one, or just has a Lafroig they love, or wants to learn about Lafroig, you're not going to want to miss this show. We're going to be going there from 9 until 11 Eastern, as always. So we got three whiskey hours. What am I saying? It's been a long few days, y'all. Bear with me. I had to pack up all my stuff. All right. Let me catch back up in the chat. We got some new folks in here, man. We got 16 folks in now, which is great. Always great to have a good crew in on a Tasty Tuesday. Let me catch up in the chat, and then let's chat about Glenallachie. I am going to sip this while we talk because I'm going to tell you right now. This whiskey, man, this is going to be gone before I leave Philly. I'm not even going to get a chance to do a review. I'm liking this so much. Juan is beaming the signal from Oahu. What's up out on the islands? Great to see you, Juan. Always great to have you in the house. Why did I move to Philly? Oh, I was chasing a girl, man. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. That's how it goes sometimes. But water under the bridge. It's been a good experience. I was actually living in Washington, D.C. for 3 years prior. So I've been out on the East Coast here of the U.S. for about 5 years. And so, it's been a good experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything, man. I'm a Midwest guy by nature. I grew up in Milwaukee, lived there for most of my life. So it was great 5 years away from there. And now I'm heading back, not quite back, Chicago, but not far either. Dram Dude, Northern California. What's up, man? Great to see you. If folks didn't get a chance to see it, Dram Dude and I did a little live stream a couple weeks ago. You can look it up on my channel. I think he's probably got the link in one of his Instagram posts as well. And if you don't follow him on Instagram, you really should. He's got some serious photography skills. We checked out a 28-year-old Deanston. So that was a fun show. All right. Folks saying hi to Juan. Good. Glenallachie 5 is the best of them. The 3 is excellent as well. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. Glenallachie 3 got delayed, didn't show up today. Bummer, man. Ryoka. Wow, there you go. All right. Good to know. I will correct that going forward. More folks chatting. Yeah, if you're interested in supporting the show, thank you, Daniel. Join on Patreon, man. You get early access to all of my reviews. First in line for sample raffles. I think the last time I gave away samples of Magic Cask from Compass Box, Yamazaki 12. What was the other one? Oh, the winner of my barrel bourbon blind shootout, barrel 27. So if you're interested in things like that, I'm going to have some other perks as we go along here into 2021. Feel free to chip in and become a Patreon supporter, man. I'm mad appreciate everybody that does that. All right. Who else we got in here, man? I am way behind in the chat. Mahir, our other friend over in Delhi. What's going on? How are you? My best to using yours during the COVID-19 pandemic over there in India, man. Hope you're staying safe. Simon, hey, how are you? Batch 3 is pretty good. Can't wait for the batch 5 to arrive down here. Oh, where is down here? If you feel like sharing, let me know. I do like to call out folks where they're at. So if you feel like sharing, that'd be great. Cheers. A lot of folks have the batch 3. Okay. I have the batch 2 and this batch 5. I was actually hunting the batch 4, but I could not find it. This one was not easy to get, unfortunately. Folks saying hi to Simon. Good to have Simon in the house, man. Thanks for joining us on the Tasty Tuesday Happy Hour. I will. I really will, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be a lot closer to my family. Milwaukee is only about an hour and a half from where I'm living in Chicago, so it's like perfect. Go see my mom, go see my brother, nieces and nephews, all the good stuff, man. Plus, I got good friends there, so I'm looking forward to it. Don Holland. Ooh, there you go. If you need a reason to join Telex and I later tonight, there it is. This Cartridge 2015 is his all-time favorite. Right on. Great to have you in the house, Don. What's up? How are you? All right. Zach Andrews is in the house as well. What's up, Zach? says I really enjoyed the batch too. Yeah. Definitely. Oh, all right. We got another continent represented. What's up? Australia. We got Australia. We got Europe. We got Asia. All we need is South America, and we got most of the continents covered. Great to have you, man. Thanks for joining us, bud. Andrew Page, I have the Glenallachie batch 2. Not something you reach for often. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I did like the batch 2. I'm not sure. I mean, this batch 5, I'm telling you, they seem to be getting better and better from what I hear from folks who are, obsessed with the Glenallachie, let alone, the Glenallachie 10 cask strengths in specific. All right. Well, let's get into this. Okay, so as I was saying, this is the newest release, Glenallachie 10-year-old cask strength. U.S. retail price, you usually can find these around $75, which is pretty good considering the craft here. This is non-chill filtered. It's natural colored, just like all the Glenallachies are. And it's bottled at cask strength. This one in particular, 55.9%. I mean, just take a look at the color on this. Now, this is a heavy sherry red wine. Look at that. It is, as I was saying, I had to go online. It's the only thing I can probably fault or complain about Glenallachie. I just wish they would tell you which barrels it was aged in. What are the maturations on this? Minor point. Here's the bottle. Dark as all hell. This one, according to the interwebs, is sherry, PX, Rioja, and virgin oak. So 3 distinct sherries going on in this, and then some virgin oak to give it a little bit of spice. I'm going to get back into this right now. As you can see, I've put a bit of a dent in this since I got it less than a week ago, and there's damn good reason for that, which I'll tell you about right now. Cheers, y'all. Happy Tasty Tuesday. It's really amazing what they're doing here, man. I'm not even going to lie. Heavy, of course, expected dark red fruits. There's even some dried red fruit. Now, on a whiskey as young as 10 years old, I shouldn't say usually. You don't necessarily always get the dried notes, because when something's aged in a sherry cask, the longer it ages, the oxygen works its magic. You go from kind of those fresh fruits, the fresh red fruits, to more dried fruits. And that's simply just from the magic of oxidization. So while this is a 10-year-old age statement, there are some nice dried fruit notes in here. I'm talking about apricot, plum. There's even a little bit of like kind of just Christmas, I don't know, I would almost go as far as to say cranberry, raspberry type thing. With a little bit of like dried notes in it, which is great. It complements this well. Now, as it continues to evolve, though, it really coats the mouth. Heavy mouthfeel on this, and it comes in waves. It's a bit of the Oloroso sherry at first, but then the sweetness of the wine cask and the PX kind of surges in. You get these kind of strawberry, almost slightly tropical notes, and then this is why I think they did the virgin oak in here. Virgin oak, usually a bit on the spicier side, gives it just a little bit more depth and complexity. So, it's not just a straight, almost wine tasting sherry whiskey. You may have had a full sherry whiskey before that it almost doesn't even taste like whiskey, because it's just so much dark berries and red fruits and things like that. This one, it does have a bit of a backbone to it. It lets you know it's still a whiskey because it's got a bit of this spice. It's cinnamon. It's a little bit of nutmeg. There's a nice honey note to it, and it goes into a nice long finish. Tons of complexity. Lots to explore here. I'll tell you, I think this is better than the Glenallachie 15, which came out last year. That's a Oloroso and PX. I think this is actually more interesting and more impressive than that one was. And that was a pretty good whiskey. I think I give that around a 3.75 in terms of my score on the 5-point scale. Man, there is. So I'm just double checking to make sure there's not anything else on here that I missed telling you guys about. I'm going to do one more sip here, see what else we get. There's a slight citrus note. This time around, it's more orange. There's orange kind of complementing that. Wow, big orange flavor, actually. A little bit of toffee molasses. Man, this is killer stuff. In this day and age, when I think increasingly prices are getting a little bit out of hand and you can't always find that good value whiskey, if this is on the shelf anywhere, that was what I was looking for in particular, is how many bottles they did. Unfortunately, I don't think it mentions it. I would think they maybe do 12,000 of these. I don't know. Let me check the bottle here. Be great to know. I would pay close to $90 for this, not even without blinking an eye. I mean, and that is not a cheap whiskey. Yeah, it does not say how many bottles, but this is really, really impressive, y'all. If you like a good sherried whiskey, especially like one that's going to bring you a lot more depth and complexity, I think you need to find this one as soon as it comes on the shelf. Now, here in the US, who knows? Like I said, I only see the batch 2. And I've seen this, a couple of folks mentioned that they've seen batch 3, which is great. But it might be a while before we see this on the US shelves. But I think it's worth picking up for sure. This is just damn delicious. It's just got a little bit more nuance. And it's got a bit more, I know, complexity. It's got a bit more substance to it. It's just got something a little bit more happening in it. I mean, this, I'll be honest, this goes up towards Glendronach 15, Glendronach 18 level in terms of complexity. It really does. And there's the other thing that's really impressive about this. There's little to no heat. It's dangerously drinkable, as you can see. I've already done about 20% of it. Dangerously drinkable. Again, a testament to just really the craft here. Yeah, Glenallachie 10 cask strength is a batch 5 is a must buy if you see it. Really impressive stuff. Let me catch up on the chat here. We got 22 folks in, which is awesome, man. Great to see everybody. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Let me just see where we were at. Yeah, it's great. It's a really, really good one. I'm excited. I haven't had it in probably 2 years. I got really lucky and found a couple bottles in the wild a few years back. So I'm looking forward to tasting that again tonight with Telex. Reaches for the 2 more than the 3. Okay. I have, yeah, like I said, just for transparency, I still see the 1. I've just not bought it for some reason. I do have the 2, and then I have this 5, so I've missed the 3 and the 4. Okay. Folks got opinions. Good to see. Might be some batch 3 stragglers out there. Righteous. Folks talking. Oh, North Star Blend. ML Muser. Got email from Whisky Exchange saying that they had the Laphroaig sherry. Clicked on it 2 hours after the drive and they were out of stock. Guess people are chasing that one. Oh, yeah. I mean, you might be able to start seeing that in the States soon, though, Donner. Whisky Exchange, the thing about Whisky Exchange that really kind of, I got mine from Whiskey World, I think, and their shipping prices are better. I find that the Whisky Exchange's shipping prices are just like obscene. So you can check Whiskey World. I would also say, like, I've started seeing, like, literally after I got it, I started seeing it was starting to pop up around the U.S., at least here on the East Coast. And, you guys probably might be able to find it too. So, throw it in Wine Searcher or something. I hope you can get a bottle. I think you'd really dig it. All right. Folks talking about Glenallachie batches. Mahir, poured some Lag 16. There you go, man. That'll kill the COVID for sure. Just spray that. Just put a ring of Lag 16 around your house, man. That shit won't even get close to you. That's not medical advice. Don't listen to me. Top Shelf Dustin, Getting 2010 is on line 1. Will you take the call, Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews? Getting. I might have missed something. Did I miss a comment? You let me know about that one, Dustin. I might have missed something. Good to see you, though, man. How's your Tuesday going? It sure does. Yeah, it's fantastic. Folks saying hi to Dustin. Yeah, it is way darker than the batch 2. Yeah, for sure. I think the batch 2 might have an ex-bourbon. It might be ex-bourbon, right? It's like bourbon sherry PX. I don't know. I might be totally off on that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Okay, yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah. Good point. Yes, YouTube, as said, that is not medical advice. It was it was strictly a joke, man. I know context is a hard thing these days. I mean, you won't be upset having a bunch of bottles of Lagavulin 16 around. I mean, who would be? There's like a really nice like red grape thing coming through here now. It's like tannic but still juicy at the same time, which I just find fascinating about this. I found that for 55.89%, this is less, like you barely detect the ethanol in this, which I got actually a bit more on the Glenallachie 15, which was only 46%. So, be that as it may, it was still a good whiskey. I mean, I think this is above that for sure. And it's cheaper. Man, what a fucking good whiskey. They're a tough distillery too, because even outside their core range, there's just so many single casks. You're hard pressed to find. I don't know if there's a distillery that has more rando single casks out there on the market than Glenallachie does. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't even say McAllen. I mean, not independent bottlings, just like distillery bottlings, but they're just single cask. Peter White's looking at Edgertour. Yeah, it's a good price. $50. Yeah, dude. Boona 12 is great. I love Boona 12. That's a good bottle. It is. I think is this still your first bottle? I know we were chatting a couple weeks ago about this on Instagram, and he was loving it, man. I mean, we all remember that first moment, probably. If you're a Pete head, that first Lagavulin 16 you had, it was like, holy shit, next level. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Fisk, Boona 30. Get 5, man. Yeah, it's a good one to have around. Definitely a good one to have around. Yeah, Glendronach. Yeah, that's another one you see a lot of those Glendronach. Although I think the Glenallachie seem like they're more cost friendly. I mean, but those Glendronachs are a lot older too. I mean, so that's probably actually fair. Yeah, Glenallachie. I'm trying to think what other distilleries you see a lot of like rando single casks from. I mean, Kalila's, they're all kind of indie bottlings, though. Yeah. Pickled Hound, what's up, Jack? Good to see you, buddy. Great to have you in the house. I would love to try a Boona 40. Shit. I just got a Boona 25 for the first time. I'm going to crack that open, yeah, probably when I get to Chicago. But as I said, next week I'm going to have a little send-off whiskey for my last week in Philadelphia. I will be on the happy hour. I'm going to be uncorking the Balvenie Tune 1509 Batch 5. So that should be a lot of fun. I hope folks can stick around for that. If you haven't subbed yet, appreciate it. Smash that sub button or just hit the thumbs up even. I'll take that too. Any way you want to show your support. It's always great. What else we got going on? Glenallachie 21. Ooh. I didn't even know they had a 21. I knew they had a 25. Interesting. Jam Dude's going 31 tomorrow, so trying to figure out which whiskeys I'm going to have. That's a tough question for you, man, given the collection that you got going. Happy birthday, man, by the way. It's awesome. I've heard that too. Are they changing up the match, or are those like not standard just releases that they're doing with those age statements? They're changing those every year as well. I mean, this one's obviously changing the cask strength. I didn't realize that they might be changing all the other ones. Ooh, really? That seems like a reasonable price. Yeah, I agree with that, Dustin, for sure. $19.89 single cask Glenallachie. Dustin, have you had any of these new cask strength 10s? I'd love to hear if you've had any of these batches. How much did you pay for the Boona 25? Under $4. I think it was like $360. I don't remember which website. I got it overseas. They had it at like a stupid price. I can go back through my email really quick and let you know, Zach. I can't guarantee they're going to have the same price. Let me just take a quick look here. I'm going to spell it right first, though, I'm going to have a 25. This was... Oh, that ain't it. Oh, no, I got it in the U.S. at a place called World of Liquor. Yeah. I don't know if they still have it, but you can check that out. I thought it was an international, but I guess not. What else is going on? Folks saying hi to folks, which is awesome. Happy birthdays coming out to our good friend Cody Dram Dude. If you guys are not following him on Instagram and into the Instagramming, you should be following Dram Dude. No doubt about it. Happy fucking birthday, bro. Oh, wow. That's a great... I mean, nowadays, that's crazy. I mean, I usually see it in the U.S. You're lucky to find it for less than $500. All right, y'all. So just a quick reminder. Yeah, mad love for the Glenallachie 10 cask strength batch 5. This is an absolutely killer whiskey. Highly recommend it. If you see it, grab it. Just so folks are aware, at the top of the hour, I will drop a link in the chat. I'll be joining my friend Telex, and it's a Lafroig night, y'all. So the peat heads, man, get out some peated drams. We're going to be going after it tonight. We're checking out the brand new Lafroig 10. This is the sherry oak finish Lafroig 10. And we are also going to be checking out an older Lafroig Carchis, which is an annual release. This is the 2015. This is the one from their 200th anniversary year. Stellar stuff. So do join us if you can. I will make sure that the link is in the chat for y'all if you can join us. I mean, we're only half hour into 3-hour whiskey chat on a Tasty Tuesday, so hope you guys got some peated whiskeys you can join us with later tonight. It'll be a lot of fun. Let me just catch up a little bit more in the chat, and then I'm going to get into this sample. At Malt User, haven't had any 10 cask strengths, need some, but I'm skeptical. Dude, you know, like I hear you. I hear you, but I'll tell you as much with this one, you wouldn't know, man. It's surprisingly, if you've had the Glenallachie, like the 15, or even like a Glendronach 15, this can go toe-to-toe with that. As weird as that sounds, it really can. Texas. Oh, is that the Boona? Oh, God. Simon says, I agreed with your decision on the top 5 NAS whiskeys video. That Tamdu batch strength is very solid, better than the Glengoyne cask strength in the Aberlour. I agree with you. Yeah. I know that there are some very old releases of, you know, Aberlour, Abunahan, and whatnot that might be better. But, you know, what I was going for with that video was specifically under $100 today. So thanks for checking that out, Simon. Appreciate it, man. 330. Man, the Canadians are getting good deals on the Boona 25. It's fucking fantastic. Yeah, I flipped the script, man. Sorry about that, Jack. So as you can see, I got a little bit of a different background. All my stuff basically was shipped out of my house today. I'm moving to Chicago in 10 days. And so I needed to have all my stuff shipped, and I only had a couple bottles that I kept behind for the show, and you know, I accidentally packed the Lacheg 18, but I didn't pack the Glenallachie, so I had to flip the script. We'll do that Lacheg though. Probably it'll be the first week when I get into my new place in Chicago. Sorry about that. Oh, Jesus, it's a criminal. That is nuts, man. 850, 875. Yeah, I can't do it. Does anyone have the Glenfarclas 25? It's a taster selection for me. It's not great. You'll be disappointed in it. Are they sending? Do you have a choice to get it, or do they send it to you no matter what? If you have a choice, it ain't worth it. I think it's actually, it was one of the first, you know, over 20-year-old whiskeys that I had. And it's pretty disappointing. There's not that much interesting stuff going on in it. You know, from what I hear from a lot of folks, Glenfarclas, at least in terms of their core range, it's a lot of tired casks. And you'll be disappointed in that one. I think you could easily live your entire life without trying that and not miss anything. That's just my opinion. Maybe some folks disagree with me on that, but what else we got going on? I don't remember the finish. It wasn't like one of their wine finishes, and it wasn't a cask strength. It was like a local barley type style, if I'm not mistaken. Telex will get into it. I don't have a bottle handy, unfortunately. I don't quite remember. But it was a really good one. Definitely. All right. Seagull, what's up? Happy Tasty Tuesday. Thanks for stopping in. Great to see you. I agree. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. All right. Okay, I'm going to get this one in the glass. So this is a sample provided by a friend of the show, Patreon supporter, all-around kick-ass dude, Andrew Page, not far from me, over in Jersey. This is a signatory Ardmore. I have never had an Ardmore. 10 years old. It's a single cask, and it's matured in ex-Isla bourbon barrels at 56.9%. So I don't know if anybody has much experience with Ardmore. I don't. I can tell you off the bat, it smells like a Laphroaig. Wow, that's nice. Or a Kalila. It's kind of like in between. We're going to do the whole dram because why not? So, Signatory is a independent distillery. If you don't know, it is actually owned by a distillery called Springbank. So they release. I'm sorry, that's not true. They own Cadenheads. My apologies. Signatory is. Oh, no, they don't own one. Gordon MacPhail owns Ben Romick. Forget everything I've said. Signatory is an independent bottler. They have independently bottled this single cask of Ardmore. It is from 2009. It is 10 years old. It is cask strength. It is ex-bourbon, and it is in. It's got peat. So let's check it out. And do let me know in the chat if you have any experience with Ardmore, good, bad, or otherwise. I don't know a goddamn thing about this distillery. So thank you, Andrew Page, for sending this over. I'm really, really interested to see what's going to happen with this. Oh, are we getting some buffering? I do apologize. This is all going to change soon. I know there's been some issues. Thank you, Donner Pass. Yeah. They own Adradar. I knew there was some connection. I was missing out on it. Yeah, thanks, Dustin. Appreciate it. Yeah, Dramby, they own Adradar. Okay, yeah, my apologies. So just so everybody's clear. There are a couple of interesting examples of independent bottlings or bottlers that own distilleries. For example, Gordon MacPhail owns Ben Romick. And then the opposite is true. Springbank owns Cadenheads. Signatory owns Adradar. So there you go. So this is really nice. A lot of lemon. There's a nice peat smoke to it. It's fresh. It's more on the seaweed or the sea note side. This, I mean, for Isla heads, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree. I mean, if you're going to compare it to a regular distillery, there, I would say it's more like it's kind of like a Kalila or maybe even a Lefroy. It's got a bit of that iodine medicinalness, citrus. Bourbon notes are there. Quite nice. A little prickly. What do you expect? It's almost 57%. So Andrew Page, I'd love to hear what you thought about this. I'm going to go in for a taste. Cheers, y'all. There's something really interesting in this. You get a lot of the spice and sweet. Not a lot of, it's not like dark red fruit or anything like that. It's much more orange, lemon, citrus, a lot of the kind of things you expect from a bourbon influenced whiskey. What's interesting though, is there's this kind of earthy quality to it. And as weird as it sounds, I almost want to say it's like mushroom or something like that. It's got this, which is what's making this unique. Ooh, coffee too. There's like a, it's almost like a cappuccino or something like that. Yeah, dude, I suck at life. What do you want from me? That was good. I should get canceled. I tried a few indies of Ardmore, and they've all been good. Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, this is interesting. I don't know if you picked up the same thing I am. There's this like kind of a dark earthy note to it, which is what's making this unique. Otherwise, I was just gonna say it's, it's like a little bit of a more aged, like a 15-year-old Kalila or something like that, because it has some of that sprightly citrus kind of vanilla tropical thing going on. There's something else to this. I mean, it's like raw honey, maybe light brown sugar too. It's pretty good. Let us know in the chat. Has anybody here had anything from Ardmore before? indie bottling or otherwise. Cohen, what's up? Southern California. How are you? Jay Mitchell and Springbank and Cadenhead. There you go. Yeah. Good to have Cohen in the house. He's got some in the glass now. Yeah. Yeah, this is nice. I don't know what a bottle of this runs. I wonder, is this first fill bourbon? Did you write this on here and I just forgot? I don't know. Let me take a look. Oh, no, it's ex-bourbon. Okay, so this is second fill, basically. Bourbon notes are really strong on this. It's almost got a creaminess to it that reminds me of, more like a first fill. Man, there's a nice like almond thing too. This is quite good. I actually think this would be really tasty if it wasn't peated. This would have like a lot of. This would be a great easy sippers if it had the body that this has, which is it's a pretty heavy whiskey, just without the effervescent kind of spicy peat or the smoke. Apricot and grilled pineapple now too. That citrus, that tropical thing is really there. Yeah, Ardmore. I mean, this is great. So thank you so much, Andrew. I've never had anything from Ardmore, so I can tick that box. It's impressive. I'm actually kind of interested. I've never, I'd be curious. It doesn't look like anybody so far has mentioned that they've had anything from their core range, if there is a core range. I don't know anything about Ardmore, so y'all can teach me about that. Always cut me slack. I ain't a professional. If you're looking for a professional, you're in the wrong place. Ardmore Legacy, 46%. Okay. Dustin says at Malt Muser, I had a 30-year-old Ardmore for my 30th birthday 6 years ago. I drank it from a rocks glass. Yeah. Okay. This is good to know. Look at you, man, being all healthy on a Tuesday. What are you doing? Living that California lifestyle. Cohen. Cohen, how's that menagerie treating you, by the way? I got your email about it. I'm sorry, I don't know if I responded to you. I don't think I did. What's the verdict on that, man? That Compass Box menagerie. Do I got to go pick that up? I saw it for $1.25. Okay. Dramdu says, I've had Ardmore Legacy, which is terrible in my opinion, but to be fair, very cheap. I've also had an independent bottlings of Ardmore, and none of them have really done it for me. Okay. Good to know. I know a few people who love them. I wonder if the off thing you're mentioning is this kind of root vegetable earthiness. I'll be honest, if you've ever had a Loch Lomond, like a Loch Lomond 18, which I think is probably the cheapest 18-year-old single malt you can get your hands on these days, even the Loch Lomond 12, there's some similarities. It's like pumpkin, squash. I know this is getting in the weeds, but there's some similarities. It's not as heavy and present in this as it is in those. But if you ever had a real spicy pumpkin whiskey, or pardon me, pumpkin beer, there's some similarities, man. And I think because I enjoy those, maybe that's what's ticking the box for me on this. But Loch Lomond has a lot of that too. Like just it's weird. It's got a weird earthiness to it that I think people either love or hate. Donner Pass, I know you were sipping on a Loch Lomond 18 not so long ago, or was it the 12? I think you probably might know what I'm talking about then. It has a similar profile, except this is peated, which I think is making me even enjoy it a little bit more. Take it. Yeah, this must be a special one because it says ex Isla bourbon barrel. So I don't know. They bought barrels from Lefroy or something like that. Seagull. There's a shop near me with the legacy for 53 Canadian single malts and low 50. This rare. How bad could it be? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems like there's mixed views on this. Apparently, it used to be 46%. I think Peter White was saying he's also in Canada. Daniel saw the menagerie today as well. Okay, yeah, I know Cohen sent me an email about it. I was curious. Top Shelf Dustin, you don't need that compass box. You won't regret it. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Not sure if I wrote this on the label, but Ardmore is from an ex. Yeah, you did. Yeah, it is on here. So thank you for that. That makes a lot of sense. This is why I think I was picking up what seemed like a Freud or Kalila. Those were the ones that I kind of felt like I was getting out of this. I got a sample of the Scorch. I'm going to try that next week. Give you 3 guesses who got his hands on a bottle of Scorch and bottled me up that sample. He's the guy you're going to see in about 9 minutes. I've heard decent things, but, this is always that time of year where you hear, everybody's got opinions. I mean, this is actually later in the year. And I think the reason, normally you get the committee releases from Ardbeg in March. This later release probably has to do because they had that Mickey Heads Rye Ardbeg thing. I saw one of those for $200 at Total Wine in Delaware a week ago, and I passed on it. I'm not buying the Scorch. I decided not to. I'm pretty much done with those. I liked the black, but I can't do it. They're just too expensive, personally. If something is Dark Cove level, I'll hunt it down. But I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like I can do without it. But I, of course, want to taste it. Hey, Chris Beaton, how are you? Considering you got your Yoda in there, I'm going to do the corny thing and say, may the 4th be with you. Legacy's not so bad, he says. Ardmore's 46 instead of 40. Okay. Yeah, dude. No Naked Grouse. That's my jam. I'll be happy if I get a small taste of the Scorched. I'm just freaking done with those Ardbeg NESs. I kind of feel like the same, man. I just can't. Yeah, dude. Boring's a good way to put it, man. You see it at the shelf. It's $200, and I'm thinking to myself, I've already had a sample. I really didn't find it all that interesting. I think the Glenmorangie Speos, if we're going to talk rye matured scotches, Speos is for me, that's the one to get. It's Ardbeg. It's got the peat. I don't think it was that interesting as the Speos, and I feel like the rye is kind of buried in the peat smoke. It wasn't bad. It's not anything I thought about. It wasn't like something that I, thought I got to go get a bottle. But then it's like, oh shit, should I just pick it up because I could, sell it someday? I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to do it. I'm done. He did do a review this weekend. Yeah, I haven't got to watch the whole thing yet, but Telex was somewhat impressed, so that's good to know. Didn't like the price on the Ardbeg Scorch, so he passed. Okay. Passed on Ardbeg Scorch for $200. I'm kind of over Ardbeg limited releases. Yeah, real talk. True that. No, this is the signatory, Daniel. This one is a signatory. Signatory cast strength. Andrew Page, tenure. Thank you for that. Thanks for reminding me about Whiskey World. No, they're not great, but they're not as bad as a Whiskey Exchange. That's for sure. Hey Nathan, how you doing, man? I'd love to try the new Ardbegs, but the price has gotten so. Yeah. That's the consensus around the chat tonight too, man. Lefroy guy, yeah, dude, right. And if you haven't seen yet, the Cartridge this year is going to be a PX cask strength. Ooh, you know, I'm going to be all over that. PX cask strength, come on, let's do it. Lafroig is getting their sherries on this year, man. Speaking of, let me just give you a reminder. About 5 minutes, we will be heading on over for more Tasty Tuesday chat. Telex and Malt Show is always 2 hours. We're doing Lafroigs. We're checking out the new sherry oak finish 10-year-old from Lafroig. And then we are also doing a throwback Cartridge 2015. I got a little sample of it here. Look at how there's the handwriting on it. 2015 Cartridge, one of my favorites. So I'll drop the link in the chat. Appreciate you guys all hanging out tonight. If you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I got another review that will drop on Friday as always. I don't know what I have lined up this week. I suppose I could take a look and give folks a sneak peek now, because why not? Whiskey review this week, dropping on Friday. What do we got? What do we got? Can't believe I forgot what it was. Oh, I'm doing another head-to-head. Old Forester Prohibition style versus Old Forester Bottled and Bond. So we're doing some bourbons from one of my favorite bourbon lines, which is the Old Forester Whiskey Row series. So I will drop that tomorrow. Patreon supporters, you'll see that in your inbox tomorrow morning. Everybody else, you will get that on Friday. It's a fun one. All right, what else is going on here? I got to catch up. Whiskey Crusaders love the Scorch, but in Texas is apparently 100. Yeah, 100. Still, is it better than Ugadal or Corey Brecken? That's the thing. At Malt Muser, I say I'm done with NAS Ardbeg. I'm still desperately trying to get an Ardbeg 25. But yeah, they're all like $1,000, right? I feel you on that. Flip that committee release black. That'll get you halfway there. I'm sure you could pull $400 for that somewhere. Maybe a little bit less. I don't know. Usually they drop usually from what I recall, the Lafroig Cartridge releases annually drop around like July, August. But that's the one this year. It's a PX cask strength. So, oh yeah, that's going to be good. I'm stoked for that. Yeah. Well, yeah, the 2013 port. I've only had a sample of it. I have tried and failed to find a bottle. I have a bunch of 14s, the Amontillado, which I really liked. My favorite has probably been the 2017, which is the quarter cask strength. I know it's simple. It's a simple whiskey, but it just hits so hard. I love it. That 2013 port Cartridge is freaking elusive. Let me do a quick check here for our good friend Telex, the Whiskey Tech. See if he has got things ready yet. I do not know that he has. I know he is stoked for this show tonight. Oh, yeah. All right. He is. So here's the link. I'm going to drop this in the chat. We're going to be starting the show in just a couple minutes. I do encourage folks, if you want to continue the whiskey chat, as we always do here on a Tasty Tuesday, we'll be migrating on over to Telex's channel, as you know. All right, what else we got going on? Oh, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you plugging the Patreon. Yeah, just to let folks know, if you want to support the show, you can. Chip in even $1 a month. You get early access to all the reviews. You get into the whiskey raffles like we did last time. I think the last one was the winner got Compass Box Magic Cask Barrel Bourbon Batch 27 and Yamazaki 12. I will do a couple of those a year. There's going to be some other fun stuff we're going to do for Patreon supporters as well. So if you want to get in, get on in. Appreciate it. Vegas Art, beaming his signal from the desert. Yeah, I have too. I've had that one. I had it actually at a bar in London, and I was really impressed. I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't overly complex or anything, but it was good. The thought of getting a cask strength version of, I don't know if it's going to be full PX maturation or if it's just going to be a finish. Either way, I'm stoked. It's going to be damn good. That's going to be I mean, Lefroy seems to be coming out swinging with the sherries this year. So in a few minutes, as I said, Telex and I are going to be getting into this one, the brand new 10-year-old sherry oak finish, 48% ABV, and we're going to be doing a cartridge as well. I'll drop that link one more time. Appreciate everybody for hanging out. Smash that thumbs up on your way out the door, and I hope to see you all over here. Link is in the chat over at Telex the Whiskey Text channel, because it is frickin' Lefroy night, and you know, who doesn't love a good heavy peated Lefroy? All right, everybody. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. If you can't join, stay safe, be well. Catch you next time. Much love.